flowing with the water, flowing with the water, flowing with the water, flowing with the water. Innocent love, innocent love, flowing with the water, flowing with the water, flowing with the water.
Flowing with the waters. Swirling with the waters.
Hello everyone, this is Jeffrey Henderson, and he is my lovely baby Sherry, and my best friend CHINO Johnson. And today we are going to be talking about beautiful relationship and how it's supposed to be, and how everyone, hopefully inside their heart, really wanted it to be. But we're not living in this type of world. We're living in a world where things don't go the way we really like. Yeah. So, unfortunately, and it sucks for anyone who's involved in that. So baby.
Why me first?
What the heck? I'm pointing on you. No, I'm just saying. Okay. Then I start. I can say honestly that I am extremely happy in my current relationship with my baby love. I am very happy, and we've been together for almost 2 years now, including us getting to know each other, which like a month or so. But I'm really happy in this relationship, and I haven't been happy in a relationship like this ever my whole life. Oh. And yes, so I personally believe this is how it's supposed to be for anybody. But obviously, we all know that it hasn't been like that. I know that I've been through a more difficult relationship, and so did CHINO, and so did Sherry. So, okay, I'll start with you, CHINO.
All right. It's the relationship.
Now somebody calls me while I'm on the phone. Now this sucks.
I dare you.
So is your relationship supposed to be wonderful? Yes. I mean, we all strive for the relationship to be not perfect, but close to. I'm guilty of that. In this relationship I'm in for 9 years, I expect the relationship to be easy. This is my first long-standing, live-in relationship with someone. Learned a lot, made a lot of mistakes on my part, a lot. But she stuck it with me. My girlfriend stuck it in with me because she knew I was a younger guy, and I knew she was an older woman. And the reason why I date older women is because I do not want kids myself. That's a whole nother story. Yeah, I want to be just straight, easy, just like, oh, get a relationship, I just do my part, she do her part.
It's funny because CHINO is like so much like business, You do your part, I do, and this is good. I mean, sometimes, with certain women, if they're not really have the right mindset,
right?
And it's sad to say, you have to put some kind of a contract down, in order to keep it fair for both people. And honestly, in my opinion, it shouldn't be like that. It should be like a natural give and take, and it should be like that both people want to, because they care for one another, not because they have to or because they feel guilty, but they want to. And in my past, many decisions I made were out of guilt. They were out of guilt or out of resentment, or because the foundation wasn't right. It wasn't right, And I personally was not happy in my previous relationship. I was not.
Even in the beginning, you were not happy?
I was happy, I would say. And I'll be very, very honest. I'll be brutally honest right now. I think it was like the first 3, maybe 4 weeks where I was generally happy, because what happened was this, and I'm gonna tell you what it was. after that, I don't know exactly the date or whatever. It's been so long, but I remember when the first flag came up, and I was like, "Uh-oh," you know, something was wrong, you know.
Yeah.
And that flag stood with me the whole time.
Yeah.
And then a couple of days later, a second flag, and a third flag. But at that point, when I had those flags coming up, at that point, I had no peace inside me. I was kind of nervous. And that nervousness has never ended for 10 years.
God,
Okay?
I can't do it. He's stronger than me.
It never happened. So basically, you know, when you first meet somebody and you're all excited because it's a new girl or a new guy, it's totally normal. It's like you buy a brand new car, you're all happy. But you drive the car for a month, getting bored now. You know?
Yeah.
Same thing with she's an exception, by the way. So she's not even included in that one. But in general, that's what I experienced.
Yeah.
That after something happened, but it was usually because something happened, something unusual. And for me, some of my flags were, one of the very first flag that went up to me is that we started arguing very early. Within the first 3 months, we started arguing on a regular basis. Like literally like, I'm just gonna, I don't know, like every week, argument. After 2 weeks of dating, or 2 months of dating, you know? And it shouldn't be like that.
Should've got
you
out
know?
of it.
I know. But for me, that was like kind of like my weakness, that I'm a person, I keep trying.
Yeah.
And I want to give another chance, you know? And at that point, I wasn't also really strong of saying what I really feel. There were times when I was trying to do it, and I had to. Usually, I was able to say what I really wanted to say when I was getting really angry. When I was really angry, I was able to say what I really want to say. But when I'm not angry and I'm like all nice, it's for me very hard to say it.
Oh, jeez.
You know?
What Jeffrey said, my girl is in Jeffrey's position. My girl could have called it quits on me. I'm the one that
I don't believe that, because you're such an easygoing guy.
Yeah.
I get along with guys. I mean, you know,
Maybe that's what it is.
yeah, easy. Women, I get guys cool to hang out with, man. I got 3 male best friends, him and the other 2 in Alabama. Girls, it's just I know how to have sex with them. I know how to have sex with women. It's just the talking. I'm too mouthy, not like a woman, but it's like demanding. You know, like you need to do this or that.
You're
Or
demanding?
I be shutting.
You are demanding?
Huh?
No, he talks about the.
I be shutting my girl dream down without even fully thinking it through. You know, that kind of thing. Like she be like, I want to go to work. I be like, no, or I'm 25. I'm 33 now. It's a lot of changing. In the beginning, like, no, I want you to work. But now it's like, no, I don't want you to work, you know. So right now, I'm good with the stay-at-home wife thing. Oh, yeah, that is awesome. I pay all the
okay.
bills.
Okay.
That's just me.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, baby, so how was yours? I don't want to put you on the spot here, but I'm just trying to get you talking. What do you think about us?
It was
Right?
a learning experience.
Was it
It was a learning experience. You know, I admit that it wasn't. I hadn't a good experience, but it's okay. Now I'm 36. I'm turning 36. I'm
still
done. I'm
35.
done with drama. I don't want drama anymore. You know, if I don't like something, and you know, like if there's a hitting like argument, it's okay. We just have to talk down and just listen to your side, so we have, you know, good conversation and not just being angry. For what? You know? Because if I say something like will upset you, and you won't forgive me because I said something bad, then, you know, words can hurt you. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just avoiding of saying, things that may hurt someone. Before, I'm very insensitive. Like I say what I want,
Oh.
may
Ooh,
hurt
big
you,
fire now.
and yeah, like that. But now I'm kind of, because of I learned, I have to be more sensitive. Kind of like you need to think first before you say it. Before you say something.
That's wise.
Well, I
That's wise.
figured like she give me the vibe like wherever the guy gives, she gives back the same energy. Like if someone give you back good vibe, then you can receive good vibe.
Right. I mean, it's supposed to be like a give and take, but I believe it should be like natural. If you
Yeah.
have to plan this and you have to write it down,
I
it's not natural anymore. It's like something is like already
I
wrong.
think I think I think you're right. Maybe because it happened before, like that, is because you're unhappy. You're not happy with someone.
Right.
But because we love each other, we're more willing to like listen.
Yeah, because I've
Because
really
I don't want to hurt. I
Right.
don't want to hurt your feelings, and you do the same thing with me, right?
Right. But it's kind of like I can only talk from my perspective. And I can really say that like every moment that I spend with you, I I want to. I want to do more for you. I want to do more. I don't mind. I don't mind making you food or taking care of certain things or get up early in the morning and usually you bring your mom to work, but I bring your mom to work because I want to, not because I have to. And that's the difference. And I think it's like I said, it's going so naturally between us that
So that's why
I
you
believe
think
it.
how I can be mean, how I can be bad if you treated me like that, right?
Right.
If you treat me
Right,
good,
right.
then I'll be good to you.
Yeah, but I
If
think
someone
it's a
treat me,
I think it's a natural energy. I think it's a natural energy that simply you automatically give to the other person because you give the energy, that positive energy, you automatically getting it back. You don't have to. It's a mysterious give and take. I
Yeah.
think if one person doesn't do its part, then automatically it's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's going to be like
Oh, yeah.
both people
If
will
it's
get
one-sided.
resentful, you know. But I think to be the best way I can describe it is in order to be in a good, healthy relationship, is that both people have a natural, kind heart.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Going in good faith.
Yes, because if one person doesn't have that, then it's gonna poison the other part, and it's gonna automatically mess up the relationship. Because people always say there's two people involved. Honestly, I gotta say it only takes one person to mess up the whole thing. It doesn't need to have two people.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
yeah.
if one person is very sadistic and the other person is kind and sweet, and they're fighting, you know exactly why they're fighting. They're fighting because one person is sadistic.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's it.
that's right.
Because I can tell you, from my experience, you are very natural, sweet.
Yeah.
You know, and I cannot see somebody argue with you. That person that's arguing with you must be an idiot. You know, and in your past relationship, that's what it was. The other person was an idiot. Because I mean, I'm not arguing with you because there's nothing to argue with you about. You're such
Yeah.
a kind and sweet person.
And that's the reason why like you just have to have a perfect match. Find a perfect match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, Chino?
Yeah, I believe that to an extent in the way like let me see, give and take. I would say if I can find it. Let me word this correctly. Like I've been cheating on. It was this one instant I've been cheating on, just cheating around 25 years of age, 18 to 25. I I get cheated on, and it made me think like if I was a different guy, then I would probably get cheated on. That makes sense. Like I wasn't a provider. How can I be? I'm 18 to 25. I don't know crap. I really don't know crap. I moved out my parents' house at age 25. Learned a lot. What it really, I know how to pay bills before I moved out my parents' house. After, you really know how to put your boot to the ground, be out there as an adult, and teach myself learning how to be an adult, just in relationships generally, in the work world, and made a lot of mistakes. I'm glad my girl stuck with me, and now 30 on up, I'm this kind of guy. She see how I am. I still do make mistakes, but different between 25 to 30 now. 25, there was a lot of awkwardness on my part, and far as when you get in an argument, I don't like confrontation at that time, and I just be like, just quiet, just sucking in. My girl hates that because she wants to work stuff out. Now, we do work stuff out. Argument be like 5 minutes over something, then we sit down, resolve. After 5 minutes, we're like, oh, okay, cool, we're back. 5-minute argument.
And I think sometimes there's a fine line between argument, discussion, and communication.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get into an argument or they get into a discussion because they don't communicate right in that moment when they should. Then the other person is wondering, am I doing something wrong? Yeah. Just communicate. Make it very clear, because if the other person cares about the other person, the person's going to sense that something is wrong with the other person. Yeah. And in that moment, you got to say, everything is okay? Is everything okay? Am I doing something wrong? Is there anything you want to ask me? Communicate. Because it's going to leave the other person in the dark. The person starts to speculate, and all of a sudden, the other person becomes like, oh, why are you like this all of a sudden? Because you're not communicating. Yeah. If there's a mystical void, something is, because, I personally, I can feel when something is in the air. I can feel it.
I remember.
Yes,
last time, right?
Exactly. And this is, what I'm saying is, that's when we should communicate. Just talk. Just open your mind and say, okay, baby, look at me. What can I do for you? Ask me.
Yeah, that's different.
I seen that.
But this is where the healing process starts. You know, when one person shuts down, and the other person wants to communicate in a reasonable way, not like screaming, arguing, but it's very calm, holding your hands. Let's talk, please. And the other person don't want to talk. It's a problem. This causes problems. This makes problems. I think it's very important. Like, if you come to me, and I always come to you and I open up. Yeah. And I tell you what's going on. I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm not going to be like not saying anything and causing more. Because I think if you don't say anything to the other person, and the other person wants to talk in a reasonable way, then you're making a problem, not the other person, because the other person wants to communicate. And there's a fine line. And the other person may think, you don't want to communicate, you just want to have drama. And I don't want to talk about this. Oh, yeah. And then that's where the misunderstanding comes. You know, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Because I've seen between your ex-wife and her, I've seen how it's different. Like, you always stay true to yourself. It's just your ex-wife can't receive that. You know, I'm outside looking at him and seeing how he communicates his issues in general to me with his ex-wife. He always been the same person. Now, he be the same person, better person to Cherry. There really no different in him changing only for the better. It's just, everybody is for somebody, you know. It may not be that for that person, right. It's just for this person, you know what I'm saying? Right. So, what some person's trash is another person's treasure.
And for me, honestly, like I said, I believe that was my mistake from the beginning, because there were opportunities where I could have just walked away from this relationship, but I didn't. Yeah. And at that point, it may be two people involved, because the one person was making the other person guilty on purpose, and the other person that is weak, which is me, falling into this trap, okay. Letting myself be accused by that guilt and say, okay, you're right, I feel guilty, I'm coming back to you. So that's two people involved. The one person does the guilt, and the other person is receiving the guilt and acting on it. That was my fault. Yeah. and it's bad. So I wasn't right. If I were now in the situation and somebody come to me, I mean, yes, I would give them a chance. I would give them another chance. I would give another chance. But after like 10, 15 chances, then I would say, okay, that's it. We're done.
Yeah.
Because you have to be reasonable. You have to kind of give it some time, because people change. If they care about the relationship, then they change for the other person. They will change.
Right.
So what is your advice then? Like if you saw a red flag, just go leave if you have a chance.
No,
When
I
you
mean,
have a
if you
chance.
see first of all, you have to kind of like determine, if I see a red flag on you right now, I would not say, oh, that's bad. Because we've been having a good time for 2 years almost. I would, I would just see, okay, can we talk about it? What's going on? It depends on what the flag is. But at the same time, I think the longer you know a person and you know the good side of the person, the more I would be willing to forgive the other person because I know who that person is. Besides that one mistake or two or three, whatever mistake they did, I know who Sherry is. I know who you are. And if you all of a sudden make a big mistake, I don't know. For example, I don't know. It could be anything. Anything. I would say that's okay, baby. I love you because I know who you are. I already know you. If I wouldn't know you, if I would see it like on the first day, then I would maybe think about it. But I would kind of like still be patient and wait, see how it develops. The person change, something like that. And I think that's how I would look at it. But in my case, in the past, especially in the past relationship, I had the same thing happening again and again. It took me 10 years to walk away from that. That's how patient I was. But also how much guilt I had because I felt like I was trapped in a box.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get out.
Yeah.
And so I stuck for 10 years before I actually moved away. You also stuck for a long time. How long did you stick around?
8 years.
And what made you walk away?
I'm just done. I'm tired.
You were tired of
Chicken
arguing?
Yeah. That's it. Simple. I'm done.
Okay.
Once
Maybe
the female is
straightforward.
done, done. No more.
Yeah. But it took you 8 years to get done. So did you had 8 years of constant drama?
Yeah. And you would, I thought it was, me the problem. It was me because of, blaming and pointing finger, on me. Everything is just me, and that. But when I'm with you, you just realize, see, I'm happy. It wasn't me. It
Right.
wasn't me the problem.
Right. They did. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Learn a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, so your first red flag with the other person did start in like year 1 of the relationship, year 2, like with your ex. When you first noticed, you said it was you, or it was him.
No, he was extremely very jealous and controlling.
Oh,
I know that one.
oh yeah.
I know that one.
And then narcissist,
Yeah, I know all about it.
narcissist like, would tell you that you did this and that. And then, because of constantly putting that in your mind, you would think that, yeah, maybe.
Maybe he's
maybe,
right.
Maybe he's right. And I was like, been doubting myself, like, am I?
Oh, he gaslit you.
Yes, man.
Oh wow, yeah, that is one of the
You
toxic
start to
traits
question
ever.
your own reality. That's what it is. You start to doubt yourself.
Oh my God,
And that's what happened. It happened to me
And
too a
then
lot.
we've been together, like, for so long, we don't have that. Because, Japanese is very easy. Very, no drama and very sweet. So how am I going to be such being mean to you if, you're so nice?
That's what we do. He always do that. He talks
Abe.
about X-ray.
But guys, there's no perfect,
Inside jokes,
there's
guys.
no-
Remember, inside jokes.
There's no perfect relationship, but if you love each other,
There's no perfect relationship, but you can be perfect in your imperfect relationship.
Yeah, that's it.
You can be perfect in your imperfect relationship.
yes.
Like
That's the difference.
Stop it.
But like I said before, there's a certain level to that. So don't be thinking that just because I said that means that, oh, that means that I can do me even though I'm narcissistic. No, 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 no. If you have a reasonable argument that is not too crazy, but just a little bit of argument, then you can be perfect in the imperfect. But if you are like going like this and you're screaming at each other and you're hitting each other and you're being super jealous and you're being super controlling, then you cannot be perfect in an imperfect relationship. All right? So don't be misquoting what I'm saying here, all right? So it has to be reasonable. You're not going too crazy with your drama. Just a little bit of drama is okay. We're all human beings. But if go ahead.
Speaking of imperfections, I think that I'm a handful because
He's a handful.
yeah.
Not to me though.
One important thing is that I'm hearing impaired, which is in and of itself is a problem for most women I date. Even my girl, you know, she learning. She learned a lot. So it was a lot because I can't do regular business call, take care of business like a man should, which is mostly over the call. So she had to do all the calls, which is I wish I could take that away from her, but she take care of my stuff if I can't do email and stuff. But being deaf, having a dark sense of humor, yeah. I laugh at dead people. I'm sorry. I'm a flawed individual. I laugh at the most uncomfortable moment that most people would be like, "What's wrong with you?" I mean, I got dark sense of humor. It might be me being deaf or whatever. But yeah, I think that like a huge big problem for most relationships I'm in. That's what I've been learning. I'm not a regular guy like Jeff, got all five senses. You can just be a man. I just got one sense gone, and that's kind of, it just knocked me down on the dating. Most women want a perfect guy. I realized that. So me being hit impaired, just like, you down at the bottom of the pole, no matter how.
It's funny because if any of you women watching, and of course right now he's taken, but I can speak on his behalf based on him being my friend. I can say that Chino is like one of the most easygoing persons in the world. I mean, I've been friends with him for almost 10 years now. I think it's 8 years now. And we have not argued, not even one time.
Nah.
Not even, and you know what? Even good friends argue with each other.
Yeah.
I argue with, I mean, even my best friend, Shauna, best friend. And we had some heated discussions, but with him, not even one. He is the easiest going person in the world. So if he lacks that one sense, he makes up in so many other areas that you will easily overlook that one sense that he's missing if you get to know this man. But right now he's taken. But who knows? I don't want to wish misfortune on anybody in the world. I want her girlfriend to live a long life and happy life with him. But if something should happen, God forbid, this guy's available, then go. Get him. Get him. I just had to
Yeah, I get it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I get along with guys. Jeffrey, my best friend Adam, my best friend Richard. All three guys, my best friend, never argue, for real.
yeah. So all right. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something. Any questions, comments, suggestions, any thoughts that you had about what we were saying? Put it in the comment below. We appreciate that. And if you have any suggestions what we should talk about next, we will definitely do that.
Thank you, Chino.
Thank you, Chino, for coming aboard.
Good one.
Bye. Flowing with the water. Flowing with the water. Flowing with the water. Flowing with the water. Innocent love. Innocent love. Flowing with the water. Flowing with the water. Flowing with the water.
Flowing with the waters.
Rolling with the waters.
Flowing flowing with the waters.